Yeah. But it's, I got it. I wonder why that.
Penalty the rails, number 20, Trevor Lantier. 2-minute minor for tripping. Lantier for tripping. Time penalty 2:45.
I think it's back off.
Yeah, I think we're back up and live.
Okay. Sorry about that again, folks. I don't know why we're losing our live stream here tonight. Taylor with a drive right on net as the Rails are on a penalty kill here. Blue Jackets on their first power play of the game. Tied up 2 apiece, just underway here in our third period of play. 11:36 to go here in regulation in our JV game. Thrown back behind the net by Wyatt Oakstead. And Blue Jackets, Westerberg trying to hold it in. And that will come back out. He'll go back into his own end of the ice to pick it up. Westerberg going across over to Fawcett. Fawcett making a move. Fawcett with Anderson. Anderson's shot just goes wide of the net as he sent a backhander back behind the net, fired out by the Rails. 51 seconds left on the power play for the Blue Jackets. Their first of the game. Carney picks this up. Carney gets it over to Fawcett. Fawcett coming back into the Rails end. Fawcett making a move to Taylor. Shot goal! Peyton Taylor from Broden Fawcett to put the Blue Jackets up 3-2.
Nice move from Fawcett to make moves around the defender and find his teammate breaking right to the net. That will make it 3-2 Hibbing over Proctor. 10 minutes left in the game here.
So a big goal for the Blue Jackets. Peyton Taylor from Broden Fawcett. We'll see if there was a second assist on that goal.
He's assisted by number 23, Broden Fawcett. Taylor
Fawcett on a single assist to that goal. And 4:11 time of the goal, power play goal for the Blue Jackets. Their first power play of the game, and they 1-for-1 on the power play here. And this is Trenberth. Trying to come out with it is Hendrickson. Moves it back in here. Hendrickson moving around, slides a shot towards the front of the net. Trenberth was breaking in there, just couldn't get to it. As Trenberth sends it back, and Imhoff is going to hold on to this with 9:56 to play, third period. Ruzic, and backhander for the Blue Jackets in front there. Joe Senich. Sent back in the corner, picked up by Ruzic. Ruzic gets it to Taylor behind the net. Taylor moving around. Taylor goes over to Senich, and now it's held in by Carney. Dumps it back in the corner. Picked up by Ruzic. Ruzic goes back to Carney. Carney across ice over to Westerberg. Westerberg drive on net. Imhoff's going to save that one and knock it behind the net. Carney knocks it back in as Oakstead back there to get it for the Rails. Picked up by Taylor along the boards. Taylor moving it over to Ruzic. Ruzic backhander out front. Imhoff steers that one in the corner. Carney another shot. Blue Jackets putting on this pressure after that power play goal. And continuing their pressure here in this third period.
Yeah, they came out solid in the third period so far. Proctor hasn't spent a ton of time in their own zone. We'll see what happens with 8 minutes left in the game here. I imagine some of that with the Proctor Rails, as we talked about it, the small bench that they got there. They only have 2 lines for each forwards and the defense. So that's got to take a little toll on them throughout the game.
Yeah, I think it can certainly. That was a shot from Frank Amendola. Nice chance for the Rails. There's bouncing puck, just about went into the back of the net to tie it at 3 apiece here. Grunewald will swing it behind the net. Grunewald over to Fawcett. Fawcett trying to go Fawcett over to Anderson. Back to Anderson now with a rebound out front. And the Rails clear it from the front. Grunewald gets it, knocks it behind the net to Fawcett. Fawcett going out front for Anderson. Fawcett's going to pick this up now. Fawcett back to Grunewald. And it comes out to center ice and dump back into the Blue Jackets end. Picked up by Nathan Johnson. Johnson at center, moving it back in. Held up by Westerberg. Knocks it back in the corner. Back in to get his Lanthier. And it's taken away by Hendrickson. Hendrickson and Lanthier kind of exchanging the puck between the two of them. Hendrickson pulls it out front and trying to get it to Lucas Bender out front for the Blue Jackets. Carney holds this in. Carney along the boards. Carney trying to go out front as Horvath was right there. Carney takes a shot, and I don't think it got through to the goalie. He got behind the net there, but Carney's still with it. Carney gets it to Westerberg. Westerberg moving it back in. Westerberg shot, goal! Tyler Westerberg, his second goal of the game.
You could definitely feel a momentum turning here in the last few minutes. The goalie definitely had a workout there for a while, and Hibbing able to put it in the back of the net with Westerberg getting a goal.
He scored the first goal of the game back in the first period of play. At 3:22 into the game, and now he's got his second of the night for the JV game. Peyton Taylor moving it back in. Taylor trying to go across and doesn't get the opportunity. Shots for Grunewald. Grunewald shot over the top of the net. 6:19 to go here in our third period. And Westerberg's goal was assisted by Reed Carney on the single assist. The time of that goal, 8:21. Put the Blue Jackets up 4-2. Backhand Johnson back in the corner. And Blue Jackets move it out with Peyton Taylor. Backhanded back in by Lanthier. Now it's Grunenwald. Grunenwald over to Johnson, Nathan Johnson. And Peyton Taylor moves it back in. Taylor with a drive over the top of the net. Taylor picking it up here. 5:32 to go here in the third period of play. Back to Nathan Johnson. Back to Taylor. Taylor, his shot just off the goaltender's stick behind the net. Westerberg trying to go out front here as the Rails will bring it out. Ruzic trying to pick that up at center. And we get a whistle on the offside. Can we apologize? We're having some technical difficulties with our live stream here tonight. It keeps, we started the game. It kept looping around, and in the third period, we didn't go off the stream. We stayed on the stream, and it started looping back to the start of the period again. So I don't know. That's really weird. I haven't seen that all year, Jay.
No, and unfortunately, I am the worst tech person around. So
I am too.
So I am no help to you here tonight.
Yeah. Neither one of us know anything about technical issues or nothing like that. Tyler Westerberg trying to move it out here for the Blue Jackets. This is Carney over on the other side. Carney moves it ahead over to Fawcett. Fawcett backhands it back in. 4:37 to go here in our third period of play. Blue Jackets lead this one 4-2 in our JV game. Don't forget, we'll have varsity action coming up at 7 o'clock, and we will start a brand new stream for that game as well. Moving back in, little backhander. Nice move by number 22, Frank Amendola. But a big save there by Wyatt Johnson, the Blue Jackets, to keep this a 2-goal game. Now Carney picks this up. Carney moving back in all alone. Carney to the backhand. And a save by Imhoff.
Great opportunities on both ends. I mean, that would have been huge for Proctor to get one to pull within one, but quick shot and then all the way down, and it was looked like a 2-on-0 there.
And this is Johnson. Johnson sending it back in to Trentberth. Trentberth back to Johnson. Now he moves it to Horvath. Horvath over to Grunewald. Grunewald sends it behind the net. It's picked up by Bender. Bender centering for Ethan Trentberth. His shot just ends up behind the net. 3:37. The Rails did take their timeout back in the second period with about 2 minutes to play, so they do not have a timeout left. And Grunewald back over on the other side. Horvath. Horvath moving it ahead to Trentberth. And this is over on the other side, Nathan Johnson. Johnson going over to the other side. Johnson moving it around. And Johnson gets it into Trentberth. Picked up by Westerberg. Westerberg skating it around. Gets it back to Johnson. Johnson shot just behind the net. Horvath's going to pick this up at center ice, retreat back into his own end of the ice. Horvath going over to Westerberg. Now it's picked up by Oakstead. Oaks is trying to set it to Gross, and that is too far for the icing.
Be curious to see what Proctor does here with 2.5 minutes remaining. See if they can get it out of the zone, and I'm looking for them to potentially pull their goalie.
Yeah, I would think they would do that, being trailing by 2 here. Westerberg shot gets blocked down, and the Rails will move it back out with Frank Amendola. Amendola now behind the net. Amendola looking for somebody. Rails have not pulled their goalie yet. Westerberg picks this up. And now it's picked up by Carney to Ruzic. Back out to center and dumped back in by Holmgren, but it's blocked down, and Imhoff is going to hold on to this with 2:05 to play in the third period of play. Blue Jackets 4-2 over the Rails.
Hibbing definitely pulling away in the last period with shots on goals. They've managed to get 42 shots on net to Proctor's 17.
And it's a hard hit behind the goal, so the Blue Jackets are going to get a penalty. Well, coincidental minor is being called here, I believe.
Lucky for the Blue Jackets not to go down by 1, because then if you do pull a goalie, then you got a 6-on-4 advantage, which is definitely at Proctor's favor there.
At least I think it's a coincidental, but they might be. There might be an additional. This might be a additional minutes on the Blue Jackets. Yeah, 5-minute major being called on the Blue Jackets.
I believe that Proctor retaliated with a slash across the wrist after the play, maybe.
Yeah, it might have been after the penalty, yeah. So it's a checking from behind penalty. So that will. Yeah, so it's going to be 4-on-4 for the next, well, I mean, rest of the game, it'll be 4-on-4.
Yeah.
Unless Proctor ties this. That would be the only way that it wouldn't be 4-on-4 the next, or there's another penalty called or something like that. Dumped back in by Carter, so 4-on-4 for the next minute, 38 seconds left here, as that's what we have left in our hockey game. Hendrickson in for the Blue Jackets. Now it is picked up by McLeod. McLeod moving back away, taken by Carter Anderson. Anderson dumps it back behind the net. We've got 1:16 to go here in our third period of play. Blue Jackets leading 4-2 over the Proctor Rails. Grunewald sends it back in for the Blue Jackets. And we've got 1 minute to go here in our third period of play. Moved out by Carter. Carter gets over to Oakstad. Oakstad! Shot gets blocked down. And picking up here is...
And Proctor does pull their goalie with 45 seconds left.
Westerberg is going to skate it out and in offside. Westerberg trying to get the hat trick here, Jay.
Yeah, I kind of cornered the blue line, and teammate wasn't expecting that, so jumping off sides. Not the time you want your teammate to jump off sides, but
yeah. So he's skating off the ice now, so he won't get a chance to get the hat trick in this game. It doesn't look like. 38.2 seconds left here in our junior varsity game. Kearney gets it over to Horvath. Horvath moves it ahead to Bender. Bender backhands it back in. And dump back in the corner by Horvath. Just off the front of the net was Trenberth, or off the goal pipe. And high sticking is a call, so that is going to come out of the rails end here. .16 seconds to go here in our game. Blue Jackets lead 4-2 in our junior varsity game. Picked up by Kearney. No, it's picked up by Westerberg. Westerberg's got another chance here. Westerberg shot in the back of the net for the hat trick. I didn't think he was going to get another shift.
I didn't either, and then when I saw number 8 flying down the ice, I said, well, coach might have saw that he had 2 and said, here, go ahead, take an opportunity to try to get it.
So Blue Jackets getting 3 third period goals. Tyler Westerberg picking up his hat trick in the game. We'll get the official assist on that goal. Nick Horvath picks this up as that's going to do it for our JV game. Blue Jackets are going to get the 5-2 victory.
Number 8, Tyler Westerberg. Westerberg assisting. Time of the goal, 14:54.
So 14:54 time of that Westerberg goal. That was the hat trick for Tyler Westerberg. Blue Jackets getting the first goal of that third period. Peyton Taylor from Broden Fawcett at 4 minutes and 11 seconds. That was a power play goal. Blue Jackets add their fourth goal back at 8:21. Tyler Westerberg gets a single assist from Reed Carney to make it 4-2 at that point. And then the Blue Jackets get the hat trick from Tyler Westerberg, an unassisted goal at 14:54 of the third period to make the final score 5-2. So good game here for the Blue Jackets JV team here today.
Yeah, very good win with just a few games left to go in the season for Hibbing. Be exciting to see what happens in the next few games here.
Yeah, they've got 3. The junior varsity has two games left. Got Virginia Mountain Iron Beal on Thursday. There is no JV game tomorrow versus North Shore because of the time change. We'll talk about that during our varsity game here tonight. And then, Virginia Mountain Iron Beal on Thursday, and then Monday, the JV team will be playing at Duluth East. So that's going to do it for our JV game. Final score: Hibbing Chisholm 5 and the Proctor Reals 2. We'll be back with the varsity game. Again, that's starting on Up North Hockey at 7 o'clock. We'll be on during the warm-ups for that game. Please come back and join us for that game here tonight.